Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Jaden Praise. Today I will be expressing my thoughts on the topic of fearing the Lord. Now I touched base a little bit before, about this topic before on, I'd say 2, maybe 3 lives ago of Biblical Boys podcast. But today I will go deeper into it because I think that I was talking to someone, one of my friends. They said they were watching that and they completely misunderstood what I said. Just because this topic is a little bit confusing for some people, that they take the fearing the Lord topic seriously as to literally fearing the Lord. And I'm going to say for this topic, yes, you need to fear the Lord. At the same time, it's a different content on fearing the Lord. It's a different way. So when we say fear, I'm going to explain what I mean by fear. Now, to specifically fear the Lord, or to fear in general, or my definition of fear that I'm talking about, a fear in this video, is, for an example, you say that you know that, say you broke a vase, or something common, something that would happen, that a child would get scared that their parent would. They fear that they're going to get in trouble by their parents because they knew that they shouldn't have been playing football or soccer in the house and they had accidentally broke the vase. That is the fear that I'm talking about, the fear of punishment more, the fear of your actions, to take it to more an accountability before you get the punishment. The fear would be specifically what you had done, knowing that you had done it. So if you want to say I could divide it into two different types of fears, the other fear is more complex, but for this fear, that's what I'm talking about. Now, in Proverbs 1 verse 7, it says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction." So, to break down this verse, you gain knowledge from more the things that you do, the things that, whatever happens, and once you know that it's not right anymore, it's something more of an experience to know that you shouldn't do it again. That's why I also created Jaden Praise. Experience. I'm only 14 years old. I haven't experienced anything in the world yet. I don't have a job. I haven't really been in the outside world. So I cannot share these experiences that most adults on any platform, not only YouTube, any platform can share with you. But I'm here to share you my experiences as a child and how I could relate to the Bible as well. And basically, you learn a lot from doing something wrong. Especially as the oldest brother, it's good to you know that if your younger brother's gonna get in trouble, you could tell them something beforehand, give them some advice before the punishment happens to them, because we all run into a problem of something that we think is normal, but we know that there's going to be a punishment. The verse also says, "Fools despise wisdom and destruction." More say, you could say that hard-headed people that don't want to take any help, don't want to take from the elders, don't want to take any wisdom, no knowledge, they don't want anything. People that specifically don't pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from God. That's something that I make sure to do when I pray. Every single time I pray. It doesn't matter if I'm eating, it doesn't matter if anything. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is what brings us, well, not specifically, but something that brings us through our whole entire life. Without wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we won't be able to function our lives. We won't be able to know how to eat. We won't even know how to write a paper. We won't even know how to walk. It's with God that God is, and that's what I said in my last live. With God, everything is possible in us. God is the reason why we're living. And we need to know that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is key. So that's what I have to say on Proverbs 1 verse 7. So just imagine you're just chilling in your room, maybe you're reading a book on your phone or anything, and all of a sudden an angel appears in your room. And then we're talking about the angel that has the 4 faces. Now, that just suddenly pops up in your room. They say, "Fear not, child." I'm not saying that you're not going to get up and run out, like scream or anything, because that would be scary. You're in silence and all of a sudden you see an angel with 4 faces. I'd be totally scared. It's not about appearance like stuff that you would be scared like on TV. I I would say that it's more of the fear of, as I said before, fear of punishment. Also fear of you're humiliated. You're humiliated by your actions. Like you think about what you've done, and you think about what would God say? What would, that's something that we need to look into our hearts and think as well. I think that it's good for us to have that type of spirit, because in doing so, then we could look into ourselves before the situation, and that's where the experience comes in. Before the situation, we'd be like, what would God think about this? And when we think that, then we'd think and then step back a little bit, because that's something that we all need to do, especially me. I'm praying for myself. Hopefully you guys can pray for me. But we need to think before we do actions, and I'm sure we've all heard this, but putting in biblical terms, we need to think before we do actions, speak or anything actually. So in Psalms 111 verse 10, it says, again, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Right here's the part I want to touch base on. All those who practice it, as I said before, we could practice it by thinking before we speak, and that's where wisdom comes in. And I said wisdom is something that is like experience, something that you shouldn't be doing again. All those who practice it have good understanding. His praises endure forever. Good understanding of what? It could be any situation of anything that you're going through. They'll have good understanding. They'll have good knowledge. Just as I said before, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We also have good knowledge of when it comes to other people. And I think, and then thereon, like if we begin to be like Samuel, have a spirit of talking to God, trying to talk to and communicate to God more. That type of understanding, there's a whole bunch of understanding. There's a whole bunch of lines connected to God, roots connected to God. But from there on, understanding is complex, has limitless meanings to whatever your area, issue, or whatever is going wrong in your life. And the simple solution for that is to fear God. I would say that's the first step. The first step should be the step that you always do, to fear God. Then take initiative. Then do something about it. Now the last verse we're going to be talking about is Proverbs 3 verse 7. Probably one of my favorite verses on this topic. Be not wise in your own eyes, but fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Be not wise in your own eyes. Don't do what you think is right. I struggle with this, and I've talked to a friend of mine, my brother, and one of my friends on this Sunday. I talked to one of them. We had a discussion, and I realized where I went wrong. It was this whole situation. I'm not gonna get into it, but I was trying to fix the situation by myself. I had not thought of I wasn't thinking of the situation in God's hands, and putting the situation in God's hands. I was trying to be smart in my own decision, when I should have been looking to the Lord, fearing the Lord. Should have been praying to God what I should have done in that situation. And this is something that we all need to learn to do. And even though I pray for it all the time, I know I still lack it, and I know I still need help in it. And I know every time that I pray to God that I need help with this, I need help with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I need your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I know God is giving me more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as I go through my life, as I go through my passage, as I go through the way in my spiritual journey. I know God is giving me. That's why we need to stay more spiritually connected with God. That's why we need to pray more with God, because honestly and truly, and I can't stress it enough, I say this every time, we need God. God is our life source. God is the reason how we can function. So those are my few words. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on fearing the Lord. And just know I'm always praying for you. I'm always keeping you in my thoughts, every single one of you. Even if you're not subscribed right now, anyone that's watching this video, anyone in the world, just comment me, or I'll put my Gmail in the description if you want me to pray for you. And I'll continue to pray for all of you. Before I leave, I'd like to say that on Friday, I will be doing a live stream. The Peace and Destruction is going to be the Biblical Podcast. I'm going to change it from the I might change it to Biblical Podcast, or I might do the Biblical Boys Podcast, and it will be featuring a young lady who is very intrigued in the Bible, loves to learn more. She's eager to learn more. You might know her as a Kayla. So we will be doing a live stream with her with the Peace and the Destruction. So I hope you all enjoyed tonight's video, and I'd like you to share, subscribe, like anything you want to do to boost my YouTube channel. Anyways, thank you. So yeah, bye guys.